Hi, my name is Eryck Avila. I use Digital Guider, and I think it's one of the best decisions I have ever made. And my business has been around for 23 years. Back in the day, my website would come up first when you did a search, but today I have like 30 competitors that I didn't have back then. And, I haven't invested in SEO, I hadn't for about 10 years. And now I'm coming up on the second and third page, or I was, until I encountered Digital Guider, but it wasn't easy. When I saw some of these competitors and they would come up first, and some of them are like startups, and then actually, like, I don't even agree with a lot of the values that some of my competitors have. I just said, I've got to do something. So I did that comprehensive search. I literally interviewed 25 SEO companies until I came to Digital Guider. And right away from the beginning, there was this superstar, multitasker, project manager. Her name is Hazel Smith. And from the beginning, I felt so heard. And actually, for the record, like, everyone I've encountered at Digital Guider seems to have that sort of emotional intelligence. And furthermore, what I would say is that, like, they don't just rely on the talent of people like Hazel Smith. They have these systems in place, these backup processes in place to support the talent. I'll give you an example. Like, sometimes I would say something in a meeting just off the cuff. They could see that it was concerning to me. It was maybe something that was bothering me, and before I actually ask them to address it, in a formal way, they come back to me on their own, the next day, like with an idea about, hey, you were saying this thing, we got an idea for you. And I'd just be like, wow, for them to do that of their own regard without me pushing them. It makes me feel like they're actual teammates. Like, I didn't hire an outside contractor. It makes me feel like they share in the vision of my company. And I feel like they celebrate the victories. I'm busy. I'm a doctorate student, and I do feel overwhelmed. I'm often in the library and not doing as much as I could. But you know what makes me feel better? I get this impression like Digital Guider is doing overtime work, and they are doing things, that are helping my cause. They are so clever, so talented. The industry secrets and tricks that they employ. Lots of social media press releases that go to hundreds of sources, and then the tricks that they do with those Google Maps, those are hard to improve upon and optimize. The meta tags, backlinks, schema. They figured out that I had a lot of graphics on my website, and so they put these codes on those graphics so that when the website gets crawled, those Google bots actually kind of know what it is that they're looking at. So clever. I can't tell you how impressed I've been. I remember right at the beginning, I tried to go for an expensive, or I wouldn't call it expensive, package. And they were kind of like, no, you could just get a startup package, I don't know, that kind of impressed me. It's like money is just not their bottom line, and it's refreshing. And the irony is that none of their packages are really what I'd say expensive. They're very affordable for such high value. And so the other thing is that they offer other programs. One of the things that they do is they make the front end. They make websites, the graphics and what the consumers see. So now on that front, I would say I had kept up with the times. I had a very modern looking website, that I put a lot into. So I didn't think that Digital Guider could do a lot for me there. And Hazel Smith proved me wrong because she's such a great listener. And what I like is that she would assign little things to teams. Like, they don't just assign one thing to one person, they assign one thing to like a group, and they start to think and collaborate. Then they come back with the most creative solutions. And that's something about their professionalism and scalability that Digital Guider is a major player. These people are up and coming. And the website that Hazel and Digital Guider unleashed for me is like amazing. There's so much content, but it loads quickly. It's beautiful. It's just so refreshing. It's the modernity of it. It flows. They blew me away. So I would just say that if you are someone who, like me, you care about your business, you know that you've got to generate leads, and you know that you need a website that sort of honors your values. And in Digital Guider, you have the resource to do that, and I highly recommend them. And I know personally, I am never looking back.